Hello, welcome. This is my June TBR video, and I have filmed it maybe 4 times, possibly 5. If you can hear a clanging, banging sound, it's because my kid's outside playing basketball. So, and I really need them to be outside and not directly in my space right now. So I apologize if you can hear that. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay, this June TBR, I have tried to film this video so many times, but nothing felt fun or right or good for a June TBR. Last month, I read a ridiculous amount of books, like 15, I think. I'll do a wrap up, but I read a lot of books in the month of May, and a lot of those were mood reads. A lot of them were ones I was like, this sounds good. I'm going to pick it up, or I'm going to put it on Audible Plus, or I'm going to Kindle Unlimited it. So in that vein, I have decided to do an either or, like rainbow edition for the month of June. You can see there's actually a book right on top. There's one above this one. There is kind of a stack of books in rainbow-ish order here next to me. What we are going to do is we are going to take one book out of the 2 that I picked. I picked a whole rainbow of colors. Some of these books, just the spine is this color, and that's the best I could do. But we are going to pick one color at a time and choose which one sounds best to read in the month of June, or for me in the month of June. So there is a whole host of different kinds of genres and whatnot on here. So without further ado, let's get started. For the color pink, I have 2 options. These might be my only 2 options for the color pink, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I have maybe one more, but both of these are ones that I have had the intention of reading for a really long time. So one is Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and the other is Never by Jessa Hastings. These are both romance. This one's kind of a Peter Pan retelling, and this one is, I think, book 2 in the, I don't know what it's called, but I know book 1 is Icebreaker. I have no real leanings either way. So we're going to process of elimination this. So I'm going to read a little bit of the back of each of these, get a kind of a feel for them, and then we'll just kind of either or it. Okay. Never. Growing up, Daphne always knew Peter Pan would come for her the way he'd come for her mother and her grandmother Wendy before that. The Darling Girls, their stories all the same. The forever young boy at the window after their 13th birthday, and the shimmering magical land behind a star. That's all I'm going to read. Same with this one. I'm just going to read a couple sentences. At a party celebrating the end of the academic year, Maple Hill students Russ Callahan and Aurora Roberts have a passionate one-night stand. Never one to outstay her welcome or expect much from a man, Aurora slips away before Russ even has the chance to ask her full name. Okay. This is giving off summer vibes. I don't know what kind of vibes this is giving off. I can't pin it. We're going to go with Wildfire. We're going to go with Wildfire. I'm going to put Never Back. Well, here. I don't know what I'm doing here. We're going to put Never Back. And we're going to do Wildfire. I just think it'll read really quick. And also, it's just given me, I do know it's set in a summer camp. And so I just want to read it for June. I don't have to. I do a lot of over-explaining. Wildfire by Hannah Grace is going to be our pink pick. Our red options Both of these are continuations of a series. Both of these I have a desire to read and finish the series. So the process of elimination on this one might be a little tough, but we're gonna do the best we can. The first option is Eldest. This is the second in the Inheritance Cycle series by Christopher Paolini. I just read Aragon, I think in April. So there's this one. I'm not really gonna read the back or the synopsis for this one because I don't want to be spoiled. I just know that it's number 2 in the Inheritance Cycle. And then the other book is Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. And this is the third and final book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. This one is going to be hard to choose. It's really just going to come down to my gut and what I feel like reading. Dragons. But this is the end of a trilogy. Oh. Okay. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. No, I don't. I was like, I'm going to go with dragons because it's dragons and I love dragons. But also the allure of finishing the series is real strong. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish the series. I'm going to go Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. I'm going to be really honest. I don't want either of the orange picks. Neither of them sound like something I want to read right now. But that's also a good thing because sometimes I have to be forced to read something. So we're going to do it. We're going to pick one of these. The first one is An Inconvenient Wife. This was a Once Upon a Book Club pick. It came in my box. This is by Karen E. Olson. And the second one is Love of My Lives. This is also a Once Upon a Book Club book that came in one of my boxes. And this is by Yamil Said Mendez. Wow, that took me too long to say. This is a romance. It is about, well, let me just read the couple sentences. Maddie Ramirez has it all. A thriving career she loves, a successful boyfriend, and a wedding to plan when he finally proposes. So why does she feel like there is something missing? Jaden even has the right initials, the JR that appeared to Maddie years ago in a dream visitation from her beloved wise abuela. Maddie's friends think her expectations are too high, but she can't help wishing for that dreamy feeling in real life. Wishing that Jaden would show her a little more affection, that she could really believe they were meant to be. I do know she goes on a trip to a tropical island and meets another fella. And so this is, I believe, a romance. Kind of like an either or kind of romance. This one, I have absolutely no idea what it's about. It says it's a modern Tudor mystery. Kate Parker knows what she's getting into when she marries billionaire businessman Hank Tudor. She's his 6th wife, after all, and was by his side as his assistant when his 5th marriage to actress Caitlin Howard fell apart. But honeymoon plans go awry when a headless body is discovered near Hank's summer home, forcing Kate to contend with 2 more of his exes. Catherine Alvarez, the first, who lives as a shut-in with her computers carefully following Tudor Enterprises, and Anna Klein, the fourth, who runs a bed and breakfast where she and her wife keep a steady eye on things, particularly Hank's children, Lizzie and Teddy. Okay. I'm not in the mood for the sound of this one, but this one does sound pretty intriguing. We're going to do An Inconvenient Wife. That's it. That's the pick. The yellow picks. Okay. Yellow. For these two, I'm going to give one of these a fair shot before I just jump to the one I think I really want to do. So we have What You Don't Know About Charlie Outlaw by Leah Stewart and Mr. Fixer-Upper by Lucy Score. This is the one I really want to pick just offhand, but we're going to give this one a fair shot too, because I've had this one on my TBR or in my physical library for a really long time, and it would be cool to get it read, especially when I'm not 100% feeling it. Okay. After a series of missteps in the face of his newfound fame, actor Charlie Outlaw flees to a remote island in search of anonymity and a search to reevaluate his recent breakup with his girlfriend, actress Josie Lamar. But soon after his arrival on the island, his solitary hike into the jungle takes him into danger he never anticipates. That sounds... I'm not reading the whole synopsis, so I'm just kind of going off of just the thought off of a few sentences. But that sounds really good. Sounds pretty interesting so far. Also, does that not look like a woman on the cover? Something's gonna happen. Okay, and then Mr. Fixer-Upper. Paige St. James has zero time for temperamental talent, especially flannel-wearing Gannon King, who acts like being in front of the camera is the last thing he wants. This says it's a constant battle on set between the sexy, grumpy renovation realty star and his no-nonsense field producer. Okay, I picked these up pretty sure that I wanted to read Mr. Fixer-Upper because I love Lucy Score. But I actually think this one sounds more intriguing. It sounds like kind of a fun mystery. I'm going to go with this one. Sorry, Lucy. Okay. I actually had, if you have watched any of my videos, most people know I love the color green. It's like my favorite color. And so I actually have quite a few books with green aesthetic, green on them, just green in general. But these two that I picked, one is, again, a continuation of a series, and the other would be a reread for me. And the reason I picked that one was because sometimes I just want to read or listen to something that I've already, it's like low stakes. I know what's going to happen. I pick it because it's cozy or it feels good, or just because I know what's going to happen. It's like rewatching a movie, and I know that everybody understands what I'm getting at, because we all do it. It's why we reread books most of the time. So the first one is Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. This would be continuing the Daughter of the Pirate King series that I started back in October. Loved it. Actually really super love it. And I kind of forget that this series is on my shelf, just where it's placed. I kind of forget it's there. And so this could potentially be really fun. These books, the first book was very quick for me. It was a pretty quick read. So this is a great option. The other one is Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. So this would be a reread for me. It would be super quick because these read super quick. They're like middle grade, new adult kind of, or young adult kind. I think they're middle grade, honestly. And I haven't read one of these in a while. And so it feels kind of fun the prospect of reading this feels really fun. I think though that I'm gonna do Daughter of the Siren Queen. I love the idea of knocking series off my TBR, and I love the two main characters in this series. They left me feeling so happy and just rooting for them in general. So I'm gonna put Daughter of the Siren Queen on. I'm gonna do Daughter of the Siren Queen. Blue. I have quite a few books with blue spines or blue aesthetic, But it really, when I was pulling them off my, out of my library, off my shelves, I really just was like, what do I want to read? Like, what sounds intriguing? I don't want to pick something just because it's blue. I want to pick something because it interests me and intrigues me and because I want to read it. So the first one is Divergent. I think it's, I know it's something, Veronica Roth. Divergent by Veronica Roth. And the second one is Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross. I know I've seen the movies, so I am fairly certain I know I could like this. I do like Rebecca Ross. I like her writing. Okay. I'm going to read the synopsis of this one. I'm going to read some of the synopsis of this one real fast. The realm of Azenor has been cursed. Every new moon, magic flows from the nearby mountain and brings nightmares to life. Only magicians who serve as territory wardens stand between people and their worst dreams. Clementine Madigan is ready to follow her father's footsteps as she yearns to study the wilder side of magic. Instead, she must record townspeople nightmares so she and her family are prepared for the danger of the new moon. Okay. So this sounds like magic and fantasy, and this is dystopian. Oh man, this shouldn't be this hard. They're two completely different books. Okay. Romance, fantasy, probably lit fic, mystery, fantasy. Magic or dystopian. I'm gonna go with Divergent. I'm gonna go with Divergent because I know it. I am fairly certain it will read pretty quick, and also I've never read the books and I love the movies, so I'm gonna do that. But Dreams Lie Beneath sounds super intriguing. That one's gonna be on my radar now. Okay, purple. I had to find a different book because I realized one of the books that I wanted to read was book 3, and so I just had to go do some creativeness. Okay. So both of these are authors that I've read before. One is a YA, the other is fantasy. So there's Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. The spine is purple. Okay. This is, YA romance, kind of nerdy. I loved Ali Hazelwood's other books. I read all 3 of the Love books and Bride. Bride was interesting, but I didn't hate it. I liked it. It's okay. And so there's this one I know could be good. Even if it's, just very average, I know it could be good. Okay, the other book is a little more gritty, a little more out there. It's a fantasy, and it's Wildlands. It's book 2 of the Savage Lands series. I really liked this one, and there is purple. It's hard to see, but there is purple like all over it. It's purple. Okay. Something light, something a little heavier. I'm not in the mood for Check and Mate. I'm just not. I think that continuing on in this series is going to tick the boxes for me. It seems to be something I'm really into right now, is continuing series. This will be the 3rd continuation of a series. So I'm not going to read the back of this because it is the second book in a series, and I know from reading the back of it that it will give spoilers. So, Wildlands is going on the TBR. Now we have white, black, and brown. So, white. One of these is YA. The other is, I think, a romantasy. I'm not really sure. Dark romance? I don't really know. I don't really know. So, The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd Jones. This one is Once Upon a Time, the Kingdom of Wales were rife with magic and conflict. An 18-year-old Meredith, or Mare, is well acquainted with both. As a last living water diviner, she can manipulate water with magic, and it's a skill many would kill to possess. Okay. And then There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. Cole Blackwell values control. He's the hottest sculptor in San Francisco, wealthy, successful, and respected. His only weakness is the dark impulse he carefully conceals. In truth, he's not just an artist, he's a predator, and the city is his hunting ground. Okay. Magic and fantasy, or dark and killery? We're going to go dark and murdery. Why not? Put something a little different on here. It's also smaller. And it's going to be a 10-book TBR. So, but, I knew it. Ooh, although these pictures, I'm getting sidetracked by the inside of the dust jacket. The ocean was immortal and patient. Kind of a deceiving title, maybe, because it says The Drowned Woods, but it's all about the ocean. Who knows? Black. Okay, these spines are black. One of them is a romance. One of them, I think, is a mystery. I think. So the first one is called Knox. It's basically just the name of it, by Kate Oliver. This came in a romance book subscription I was trying. Sometimes the law isn't enough to protect the vulnerable. Sometimes someone has to step in no matter what the consequences. Sometimes doing what's right isn't always legal. Sometimes it's dark and dirty and dangerous. Men like that need somewhere to call home, and what better place than an exclusive nightclub where the money and drinks flow freely. Most of the patrons are there to satisfy their urge to drink or be seen. Others are there to keep an eye out for those who need help. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Welcome to the shadows. Okay. Sounds a little dark romancy. And then Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. These could probably not be more opposite. Just to be fair, clear, whatever. Opal is a lot of things. Orphan, high school dropout, full-time cynic, and part-time cashier. But above all, she's determined to find a better life for her younger brother Jasper, one that gets them out of Eden, Kentucky, a town remarkable for only two things: bad luck and East Darling, the reclusive 19th century author of The Underland who disappeared over 100 years ago. All she left behind were dark rumors in her home. Everyone agrees that it's best to ignore the uncanny mansion and its misanthropic heir, Arthur. Almost. Anyway. Okay, because I already put a dark one with this on there, we're going to go with Starling House. I've heard really good things about this. Really good things. So, this is our black pick. Oh, brown. This is our last book. Our last book to pick. The first option is Thin Blade by David A. Wells. This is a fantastic fantasy series. I think there's 7 books in total. It really is fantastic. This would be a reread for me. But look how tiny the words are. Like, what the actual? But I do have it on Audible too. So do I want to reread a book, or Do I want to read a book that I've loved the movie of basically my entire life and just now picked up the book on Mother's Day? I don't even know why I'm even still talking. This is going to be the book I choose. The Princess Bride! Okay. How cute is this? This book, this is the weirdest way to open it. It has fun little maps in it and I'm trying to, little illustrations. So I don't know why I even put the other book on there. I decided that I'm going to go with The Princess Bride. I love this book. Well, I love this movie, and I'm excited to see if the book is exactly like it. It's not a screenplay. Anyway, Princess Bride. This is going to be going on my June TBR as my brown pick. Okay. Here are my books for the month of June. I'm so excited. Look at that. It's so pretty. I love the rainbow. I really do. Ooh, there we go. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing for June. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a fun TBR. We have a romance, a fantasy, I believe this is a lit fic, mystery, fantasy, dystopian, fantasy, dark romance, mystery, thriller maybe, and The Princess Bride. I think it's a classic. I think it counts as a classic. So there you go. That's my June TBR. How exciting. I hope you guys have the best day. And if you've read any of these or if you'd like to know more about these, let me know in the comments below and I will, I'll tell you about them. Have a good one. Bye.